hard work. It's part of the life out here.
You ready to go, aren't you?
There's a lot of things to get done, and a lot of things that can't get done until we do the first things first. The days are long, and they're rarely easy. But once in a while, there's a chance to take a break and have a little fun. A chance to take on a cherished hobby or pursue a long sought-after project. And these projects are very much a reflection of our life out here. Our skills making motors run and hydraulics move, and things perform at their best. They have a knack of translating over to how we spend our leisure time. At the same time, our hobbies and our interests take on a level of nostalgia and an opportunity to remember the things long past. This is the Heartlands. When your career has a lot to do with horsepower and handling, it's a natural fit that many will find themselves under the hood or behind the wheel in their spare time. Whether it's pulling, racing, or restoring, those long, refined skills increase the thrill and dedication of coming out on top.
They asked me before my first time ever driving, don't you think you should get on an antique tractor first? And I said, no, I'll pass. I'll just go for this one.
Racing and farming go a lot hand in hand. You can get the bred into you. It's in your blood.
I started going with Grandpa at antique pulls as soon as I could walk.
First one was in Scribner, Nebraska, and it was a bush hook, so it wasn't like a big show, but it was good. My second win was in Ravenna last year, and then I just won Wayne last Friday, so they're pretty memorable.
It's more about the people, camaraderie, the family. For us especially, my kids go, my parents go, my little brother's my crew chief. I mean, it is a true family environment for us.
I was always the 10-year-old kid that had to drive the pickup and trailer home because, Grandpa enjoyed himself pretty well on those Sunday tractor pulling adventures. So Grandma wasn't always impressed when we got home, but we had a good time.
Came off the line and it started pulling me to the left, and I turned my wheels and I let out of the throttle, and when my front end came down, it took me really hard and the sled hit me and tipped me on my side. I was more mad at myself than anything because I knew not to do either of those things, and I really was more worried about what I hurt on the tractor than anything else because I don't ever want to break it. That's not fun. I was the first one back in the seat. We brought it home and fixed it, and Ravenna was our next pull out. It was the first one of the regular season and made it past on the track, and here we are. It was first place, yes.
We're talking on average 30 weekends out of the year. So it's a huge commitment, and finding people that want to commit their whole summer to it, you have to have a true passion, true love for it. It's a lot like this business. I mean, these businesses don't get run from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. This is a full-time gig, every single day of your life.
Sometimes the desire to turn wrenches and take a vehicle to its peak performance also involves a level of nostalgia. Historic and cherished vehicles not only give an opportunity to exercise precision, they also bring back the memories from when these vehicles were in their prime and the many adventures they had.
We started collecting Main-Ass Lanes in probably 1974, and it kind of exploded from there.
Wanted what is referred to as a highboy, which is a F-250 divorce transfer case. It's gonna be nice.
Metal, that are the three biggest models Alice Chalmers built: the 8070, 4W220, and 4W305.
Probably the prize tractor would be the U Deluxe, the comfort tractor back. It would go down the road 40 miles an hour. There's 2 seats in there, so you take your wife to town. There's a heater, there's a defroster fan, there's wipers. It was a pretty good, go to town tractor, but from what we found, it really wasn't that great for farming.
Oh, we've got the seats done now. If the seat would have been done earlier, I would have never done all this, but yeah. I was bored.
Well, hey, don't let him fool you. I put most of this hard stuff in, all the way up to the extra hard stuff.
We've got a bad habit.
The unique thing here is the 8070 and the 4W220 are both the first production models. Both those are serial number 1001, which is where Alice always started. We were never technically an Alice Chalmers dealer, but we did sell quite a few Alice pieces right there at the changeover. This 4W305 is the only of the 4W series my family did sell new.
As we hooked the plow behind it, and first off, you can't see the wheel you drop in the furrow. And it was hot inside, noisy, and this tractor here has original tires from 1935, 38. My dad found these out in Los Angeles County Highway Department of some kind. Somebody found it for him actually. So these are original tires from that time period and the correct size. Tell you what, I'm 6'3" and I don't fit in the cab. It is a challenge. So I don't know if people were shorter at that time.
Up at the house is the 69 F100 that my dad and his cousin bought. They started the store in Leota. That one is affectionately named Herman. I don't know why, but that's what they called it. That is not fake patina, that is real patina, real farm equipment dealer dents.
Your hobbies are so expensive.
Yes, but they're so fun.
Farming has such a beautiful history. And for many, there are so many great memories from when they first got involved on the farm. That enthusiasm often translates into the collecting of farm toys. The collection of such relics has in itself become a major pursuit, and the many activities and energy that surround top-notch farm toy collecting is really something to behold.
In the 70s, the late 70s, I had a neighbor who used to run a salvage yard. He collected toys and got me started.
Well, when I was about 10 years old, I had about a half a dozen, 10 toys that was given to me for Christmas.
Joseph Ertl made these in his basement. He melted down used aluminum pistons and made these first toys.
Now, about in 1980, 82, 83, somewhere in there, one day I thought, it'd be kind of a neat thing to have a model of everything that was ever used on our farm, my grandfather's farm. So that's where my collection started.
But it's getting to be a high-priced hobby. This particular farm set, a gentleman had a sale in Pennsylvania, and they sold that on auction and it brought 20 grand for a D17 farm set. New collectors, instead of buying the old odd stuff, they're buying the best because they only see it once in a while. So they're buying the best. This
new idea side delivery rake is probably the most detailed piece that I have, where you would adjust for depth and all that. The little springs are on there that makes the handle go down. It is so highly, highly detailed.
I had 3 boys that wanted to farm, and I made all 3 of them go to college to get a degree to make money with their mind, not their back. They made this for me. These are my boys' signatures. That I have a doctor of tractorology.
The Alice WD-45 was my first tractor, and that is a Gilson Rookie. Carl Meyer made the plows, very highly detailed. This is my Grandpa Schlater's McCormick Deering and plow. My Grandpa Volk's Oliver 70 and arcade plow. We all probably have some type of heritage going back to either a grandpa or an uncle or somebody that was on a farm, and they could relate somewhat to it by having a toy and the memories that go with it. I hope this stays as is for a long time.
As the new year is upon us, and much of the prior farming year gets closed out, we hope you had a very Merry Christmas, and we wish you the happiest of New Year's ahead. From the rolling prairies to the wide open spaces, and all the beautiful lands from sea to shining sea, we wish you health, wealth, peace, and prosperity in the days to come.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.